Hello everyone, myself Rupam, and today I'll be sharing with you how I made the Instagram clone using the Django framework of Python. So before starting with the steps to make this project and before starting with the code, let me first show you how my project actually looks. So this is the index page, and here you can go to login or go to the register button. So let me go to login over there, and here also you can go to the register button this way. And since I already have the account, let me log in through that. And yeah, and after login I will be directed to a dashboard page, and here you could see that I could see the images with the title over here and the body over here. And you can also see that I can see the date and time and the likes count and unlike count. And I can also add the image by selecting any image, like I want to add if this image, and maybe any title, and any body, right? And when we'll add this, I'll be seeing that this image has been added over there, right? So then the next thing is profile thing. So after you click over there, you will be directed to a profile page, and here will be see the images which are being posted by me. So like this is the image which we just added, right? So it's added over there as well. And you could go to edit profile thing and like edit your name to like Rupam1 or maybe like Rupam45, anything, and you could change it. And when you'll go back to the profile page, right, you could see that, okay, wait, I wrong did it. Okay, the home page, sorry, the name was home. Yeah, the thing has been changed, the name has been changed to Rupam45, right? Then this is basically, and yeah, you could always go back and you could to dashboard page, and this is the place where you will log out, right? So after you log out, you will be directed to the login page again, right? So this was the project, and let us now discuss how I made it. So first step towards making it is to install all the requirements. So you need to install Django and virtual environment and the pillow. Django is the framework which we'll be using, and you need to write down pip install Django, and you need to download virtual environment by typing this, and pillow as well. The use of virtual environment is basically to provide you a virtual environment which is an isolated environment, so as to isolate this project, the particular project you are working on, from the other projects, and so that the two projects does not interfere between each other, right? So that is the use. Then the second thing you need to do is setting up. So setting up means like you need to start your project, you need to start your app. And how will you do it? By just writing Django admin, start the project, and lifebook. And yeah, one thing is that all you things you need to write it in the terminal, right? The terminal is something which look like this, and here you need to type your commands, right? Then the next thing is you need to start your project by writing Django admin start project, and here this is the project name which you want to give to your project, right? Then is the start app, which is also same. You need to write Django admin start app Instagram, and then virtual venv, right? So this venv, it will create a virtual environment called venv. Like you can give it any name, I've given it venv. And one thing you need to make sure that you press this command after you are into your project folder. Like let me show you my project folder, Lifebook. Let me open this. Yeah, so when I was there in this folder, then I wrote this command, so it will create a folder venv for me. And when I'll open it, I'll see there will be various files. So later we'll see that how we'll activate this. So we'll write the code source bin activate to activate this thing in Mac, right? So then let us move ahead. What you need to do is open your project in your favorite text editor. So I have my text editor VS Code over here. So this is basically Instagram is my app name and Lifebook is my project name, right? So I need to add my code to these two files so as to run my Instagram project, right? my Lifebook project also. So in this, what we'll do is, in your app, so firstly in your project, write your code in settings.py file and urls.py file. Let me go over to there and let me show you the required code. So in the setting, you need to install your app. So I want to install the Instagram app, so I'll write Instagram, and then I need to in this part, right, I'll also install the other apps if I'm making others also, like Portfolio and Polls in my case. And these are some apps which are already installed by Django, right? The rest of the code is written by Django itself. I haven't written anything. Then the next thing is urls.py. urls, as the name suggests, linking. Matlab url is the thing which you will hit over there. This is basically a url. So what I want is, this thing I've taken used two functions over there. The first is path and the second is include, right? So path is basically the thing which I'll write after my localhost. So what is localhost? So this part is localhost, right? And I'm specifying it that what should I write to open my Instagram project, right? So if I write IG, I want to include my Instagram URLs. For now, focus over there. If I write IG after my localhost, I want to include this thing, right? And so the thing is, whenever, then okay, let me first show you the URLs over there also. Here I've written in the URLs of Instagram, I've written that what should I write after IG to open the things, right? Here will come later. Then the thing is, this part is done. Then the thing is static. This is written to include the static files as well. There is a static folder which includes the CSS, IMG and JS files. So I've written this to include all those things, right? So this is all about the project folder, right? It only have to work with two things, that is the settings.py file and the urls.py file. The next thing is Instagram app work. So let us go to our instructions and see what's written over there. In your app, write your code, link the pages in urls.py file and write your views in views.py file. Okay, so I need to go to this urls.py of my app and I need to mention the path, what should be written after IG to include this. So I've written that path, and if I write nothing after IG, include a view which is index view and whose name is home, right? So let us try if it is working or not. Like let me write nothing after IG, and you see my index page is opened, right? So but now you'll wonder that I have written this view, index view, but where is this view? So this view is stored in another file, views.py, right? Before going into that, let us first complete this thing. So this is also all the same things, like the dashboard thing, the login, register, logout, like, unlike, home. So like all these views are written over there and the names are given to it, right? So, and yeah, you would see that this is something different, right? Login view dot as view. So this is basically I am using the inbuilt login view of Django, right? This is the inbuilt view, and this logout also is I'm using the inbuilt view of Django. So I need not to write these things in my views file. Like let me show you. In my views file, see, I've written all the other things which I've written over there in the URLs things, but I've not written this login view or logout view because that is an inbuilt view of Django. I need not to write those things, right? So in the coming to the views part, here we'll write the views. Like if someone requests this, like request maybe get or post, if someone requests to do this, what you need to do, that is defined over there. So let us read this first view. This says def means define index view. The name has been given by in the urls.py file, you remember it, right? This way. And then I say that if someone requests this page, you need to render a page which is index.html file. Index.html, now you'll wonder that where is this index.html, right? So that is put in a folder which is known as templates. Here you will see the file name is index.html. And what is this? This is simple HTML code, right? So let us see our instructions, what that says. Okay, so before moving to that, let us first complete our views and URLs things, and then we'll move on to forms and py thing, right? So the thing is, yeah, I was discussing about views. We'll come to these files also, but let us first complete these views. So yeah, in this way only I've defined the other views as well, like the register view. In the register view, I've defined that if someone do the request dot method equal to post, like if someone writes the information and click on register button, then I want the information to be entered into my database. See, it's written password 1 is equal to request dot post password 1, like write the password 1 over there and write the username over there, right? And then I've created this, I've imported this user over here. You can see from Django.models in this import user, right? So basically this is a inbuilt function of Django. Here I can simply write dot create user and I can assign these uh, values to it, right? And then I can save it, and then I can redirect to the page whichever I want to, right? So if I'll go to register and if I click on register, that page itself will be opened, right? And else if the request is not post, if it is get request, you need to give this page. This I need to write this registration part because it is in the registration folder in my templates, right? So this is all, like let me show you once my register page as well for better understanding, like this way. So let me enter any random user and let me enter the password, let me enter this part and let me go to register. So you could see that my user has been registered, right? So the next thing is I need to show you my templates, right? So my templates include, like this way only we have written other views as well. These are just names, like API, it's just a name, right? Nothing else. And then this is home view, edit view, and all these views are written, right? After these views are written, the things become, the very easy things are left behind. The next thing in my this is written is you need to say now before writing into your forms.py and models.py file, let us first have a look into the HTML files which are created in template folders, right? So this is my template folder and these are the files. So I was discussing about index.html file. So what this file, this is simple HTML file. The only difference is after your body and before your body ends, you need to write this in this curly braces and this modular separator block content, and then you need to end this block, right? The first thing this you need to take care while writing over there. And then the simple thing, I've added a heading, I've added an image, and then this is all about the links of the login and that page, register page. Then you might wonder that this is some strange kind of link which you might have never seen before. So this basically is the login.url is nothing, it is a name which we have given in our urls.py file, right? So let us open it and let us see, we have given this view a name that is login.url, that is why we are using that thing over there, right? So where were we in that? Yeah, so that is basically because of that, and this is nothing, just the styling, right? And this is also if the user is authenticated, then you allow it to do these things. And this is end if, like it's like if the user is already logged in, then the logout page must appear, like the logout symbol must appear. And else if he is not authenticated, then you need to show the login or the register button. And whenever we start a if statement in Django, we need to end it or as well by writing end if, right? So this was all about this. Then similarly, I have written my login HTML and register HTML things. One thing I wanted to share over there is CSTRF token. After you write create this form tag, and after that you must write down this thing CSTRF token, right? And the next thing is method equal to post and action equal to this thing. So this you already know that if someone submitted, so the method must be post, and action like where should the person land. So the person should land on the dashboard page, like you also know now. Like when I log in, like for example I log with this account, so yeah, this dashboard page is opened, right? So that's all, and this is nothing, just simple, you could say css and html, which says like input type and all those stuff, right? So nothing complicated over there. And register page is also quite similar, and similarly you need to write down your dashboard page. So you know now, dashboard page is this one. After clicking over there, that is a my this page, profile page, and this is the edit profile page, right? So that's all. And then what you need to do is, yeah, I guess nothing to explain much over there. Yeah, in dashboard page you need to know some things, that is this thing, percentage for x in img. Like okay, so before discussing this line, I first need to tell you about the forms and the models thing, right? So let us first go to forms and models things. So you might have noticed that I have created two forms actually. The one is this image form, right, which contains, like when this is an image form basically, which chooses a file image and this title and text something. And here is one edit profile form as well, right? So these two forms I need to enter over there, right? So basically you could say class image form, and this is meta and model and all those stuff. So basically this is something to say that you have used various forms, and after you have used forms you need to define the models to these forms, right? After the this button is pressed, like let me move back. After add post button is pressed, what all fields you want in your, like whatever thing is appearing, like in my case this must appear, and its model must be, it must include a body, it must title, it must include a body, it must have a date time field, it must have a like and unlike, and it must have a photo thing, right? So these are the fields of my model, right? So I need to define it somewhere, so I'll define it in models.py file, both these things. And you might have noticed in edit profile it's nothing, it just need a name field, because you have seen it's nothing over there, right? So then yeah, that's all. See, whatever I've said, that's all is there: photo, date, title, body, likes and unlike, right? And here you need to write out various fields, like the photo will be the image field, date will be a date time field, title will be a char field. Char is basically character, right? This I've given this out like max length attribute and stuff. And null equal to true and blank equal to true is something like, if I don't write anything in my title and body, like then that also, that must be like updated. Like for example, yeah, here I've not added anything in this body part, but still it's updated, right? So that's all. Null equal to true, blank equal to true. And here I've put null equal to false and blank equal to false. That means that if I do not enter any, you could say, image, then that must not be uploaded, right? And this also is edit profile thing. Yeah, so this was quite easy kind of thing. And then is the next is, okay, let us read the instructions, what it says. Now before writing, let us first have a look into the HTML files. Yes, we had the look. Now what they say is, now if you want, okay, if you want CSS in separate file, you can add in static folder, you may also add, yeah. So I have written all my CSS into it itself, like you could see I've written the style attribute, and I've written all my CSS into it, like you can see this thing. Wait, this is not a CSS. Yeah, like these colors, background colors and borders and all those things I've added in line, but you can always create another, you can always add in the static folder and give it a name CSS, right? So this line means that, and static folder may also contain images and JS files, right? The next thing is, now let us add our form into our forms .py file which we have created in HTML files, that is image form and edit profile form, that I've already shown you the two forms which we have added in the forms.py file. Forms created must have a model which contain all the fields that are to be added after that form is submitted or if it is clicked, right? Then okay, so that thing also I've shown you in the models.py file, that is clear. Yeah, one thing was left, which I was to explain you is this, that for percentage for x in img, so that is basically our model and these are its field. Like I've used this over somewhere, yeah. So this is basically, this states that x dot title, like img model के अंदर जो field, like the field contained in the img model, that is x dot title, right? So that must appear over here. And x dot photo dot url, you might remember that the name was photo, the field, it was a field, and you need to also write the url after you add any photo or video or audio, right? The same is for body, in the Jinja notation, double curly braces and x dot body. And the next thing is x dot date and x dot likes count and x dot unlikes count, right? So I think this is clear to us right now. So let us read the next instruction, what it says. Activate your virtual environment and run the server. So how you need to activate this? In the Mac, what you do is you simply write a code which is source bin activate, because you might be knowing that. Let me like show you once again. So in the Mac you write source and then you do this bin activate thing, right? Source and you activate this thing. In the Windows you may see how to do that. And then after you have run your server, and then you need to run your server. And how you will run the server? You need to write one code, that is python manage py dot run server. And after your server is run, this thing will be given to us. Like let me show you if I'm having over there this thing. See, starting development server at this thing. So you copy it and then put it over there, and according to your urls you can like view your files. And yeah, this is, see, I've written python manage.py run server after I've activated my virtual environment. After you activate your virtual environment, this must appear this way, like the name in between and the single braces over there, and here you can write the code, right? And this make sure that you activate in your project. Like I have the project livebook, I first moved to this project, and how I'll move it, that you already know, like cd and ls for like knowing the listed items, and then do cd, and then you can move over there, and then you can activate it, and then you can run the server, right? So what's our next instruction? And yes, we have successfully created our Instagram clone. So yeah, that's how we can create our project, right? So I hope that you like the video. Thank you.